Hi there, Mrs. McClelland here, and welcome back to First Level Literacy. This is our third session looking on a theme of patterns, and we're looking at patterns in poetry, particularly rhyming patterns. I'm going to start off again with another of my favourite rhymes, another Roald Dahl revolting rhyme. So yesterday we were listening about Little Red Riding Hood and Grandmama. And she might come back in this story, which seems strange because this is the story of the Three Little Pigs. The animal I really dig above all others is the pig. Pigs are noble, pigs are clever, pigs are courteous. However, now and then to break this rule, one meets a pig who is a fool. What, for example, would you say if strolling through the woods one day, right there in front of you, you saw a pig whose house was built of straw? The wolf who saw it licked his lips and said, "That pig has had his chips." Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The little pig began to pray, but Wolfie blew his house away. He shouted, "Bacon, pork and ham. Oh, what a lucky wolf I am." And though he ate the pig quite fast, he carefully kept the tail till last. Wolf wandered on, a trifle bloated. Surprise, surprise, for soon he noted another little house for pigs, and this one had been built of twigs. Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The wolf said, "Okay, here we go." He then began to blow and blow. The little pig began to squeal. He cried, "Oh, wolf, you've had one meal. Why can't we talk and make a deal?" The wolf replied, "Not on your Nelly." And soon the pig was in his belly. "Two juicy little pigs," Wolf cried, "but still I'm not satisfied. I know full well my tummy's bulging, but oh, how I adore indulging." So creeping quietly as a mouse, the wolf approached another house, a house which also had inside a little piggy trying to hide. But this one, piggy number 3, was bright and brainy as could be. No straw for him, no twigs or sticks. This pig had built his house of bricks. "You'll not get me," the piggy cried. "I'll blow you down," the wolf replied. "You'll need," pig said, "a lot of puff, and I don't think you've got enough." Wolf huffed and puffed and blew and blew. The house stayed up as good as new. "If I can't blow it down," Wolf said, "I'll have to blow it up instead. I'll come back in the dead of night and blow it up with dynamite." Pig cried, "You brute, I might have known." Then picking up the telephone, he dialed as quickly as he could the number of Red Riding Hood. "Hello," she said. "Who's speaking? Who?" "Oh, hello, Piggy. How do you do?" Pig cried, "I need your help, Miss Hood." "Oh, please, please help me. Do you think you could?" "I'll try, of course," Miss Hood replied. "What's on your mind?" "A wolf," Pig cried. "I know you've dealt with wolves before, and now I've got one at my door." "My darling Pig," she said, "my sweet, that's something really up my street. I've just begun to wash my hair, but when it's dry, I'll be right there." A short while later, through the wood, came striding brave Miss Riding Hood. The wolf stood there, his eyes ablaze, and yellowish like mayonnaise. His teeth were sharp, his gums were raw, and spit was dripping from his jaw. Once more the maiden's eyelid flickers. She draws the pistol from her knickers. Once more she hits the vital spot and kills him with a single shot. Pig, peeping through the window, stood and yelled, "Well done, Miss Riding Hood." "Ah, Piglet, you must never trust young ladies from the upper crust. For now Miss Riding Hood, one note, not only has 2 wolfskin coats, but when she goes from place to place, she has a pigskin travelling case. She's definitely not that nice little girl that we thought, is she? So there we had a fantastic pattern of rhymes. We have a rhyme going in pairs, the first line, the second line, the third line, the fourth line, the fifth line, the sixth line. So that's a fantastic rhyming pattern. Today, we're going to go and have a look back at our poem by Michael Rose. What's behind those dustbins, I wonder? Did you have some more dogs with some interesting names behind the dustbins in your poem? We'll pop on the presentation and we'll see what we've got to do today. Our third session looking at patterns in poems. I think we're all quite familiar with Down Behind the Dustbins now, aren't we? Today, you're going to continue to write your own version of the poem. This time, you are not just adding some new names, but also some new animals. So not just dogs who could be behind the dustbin, could be absolutely anything, couldn't it? So here's an example for you. Down behind the dustbin, I met a rat called Rick. Do get rats around dustbins sometimes. They hang around rubbish, don't they? The new verses of your poem are also going to have a special third line. So this is going to remain the same in all the verses that you write. So what are you doing here? I said. That's going to be the third line in each of your verses. What are you doing here? I said. It's still the animal's name, which has to rhyme with the final word. You can use that online rhyming dictionary to help you again. Here's the link here, and there's a note of it after this video as well. Down behind the dustbin, I met a rat called Rick. What are you doing here? I said. I'm feeling very sick. So that's what Rick said. So remember the pattern of what's going to stay the same and of the rhyme. So the first line and the third line in all your verses are going to say what is written in orange. Down behind the dustbin, and then the third line has to be, what are you doing here? I said. So you're going to choose an animal and give it a name for the second line. I met a rat called Rick. And then you're going to choose your final line, which has to rhyme with your animal's name. So it could be, I met a rabbit called Pat. What are you doing here? I said. I'm looking for my hat. Something as simple as that. So have a play with it and see if you can add 2 or 3 more verses to your poem. This poem's getting longer and longer, isn't it? What we'll be doing next time is putting all the verses together, and then you can do as an illustrated version of your poem. I'm sure we'll have some fantastic versions of Down Behind the Dustbin. So hopefully that makes sense and you can see what you have to do. There is a planner to go with this to help you. And also you can obviously stop this video and go back and have a look at it. You'll find the planner underneath the video when you go into the YouTube channel. Okay, so have fun with it, and I look forward to hearing your new verses. And then finally, we'll have a final version of the poem. I wonder what Miss Riding Hood's up to now. Who's she going to do away with next? 2 wolves and a pig? She's some lady. See you all next time.